Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And, Charles, one of the big stories this week, the head coach of this offense seeking his 3rd Super Bowl title. He is no stranger to the big game.
He's not a stranger to it at all. In fact, I think he's very comfortable with the stage that is the Super Bowl. We know it hasn't all been roses for him because he's had his share of disappointments. But just when we write him off, his guys always seem to deliver. And here he is now with a chance to make history and be one of just a handful of coaches.
Touchdown, Chicago! Jonathan Taylor with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Bears put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 52 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
Now a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw. Sutton drilling it in on the left side. It'll go as a gain of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Second and 10. Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A lot still to go here in Super Bowl 61. We have reached the end of 1 quarter of play. We'll be back in just a moment. 7-0 is our score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
And now they'll shift things around. They'll try again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Running left, Taylor. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Is a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, Fields. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Elijah Moore. Oh, what a move. And finally brought down at the 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
My, if maybe that ball is 2 yards shorter, it's going to give them the lead because he had a receiver running free there. That's a tough one to miss on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just float from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7.
Next to score, Bears 17, Broncos 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop to throw. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
But this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball. But I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a 1-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the 1st down.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, obviously they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll look to throw again. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Looking to throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Fields changing the play. Second down, another run with Taylor. And some space here. There he goes, left side. Inside the 20. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown, Chicago. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bears will extend their third quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Now for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. That is caught. Room to maneuver at the 35. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 168 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 3. Off the option, here's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. To throw is Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. Now a give to Taylor. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6. Again, it's Taylor. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Second and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61. The culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Taylor. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line, so if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They'll look to run with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
They'll try and run. Taylor. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jonathan Taylor with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bears are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
No surprise to see him running again here. Is something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. Down the right sideline. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick-6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick-6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick-6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick-6 in the Super Bowl. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Nick Bosa, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll set up to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll look to throw. There's Jefferson to pull that in. Touchdown Broncos. Justin Jefferson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A huge play there for Chicago. 63 yards.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big 4th quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Bears are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. He's got the connection to Moore, and they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Here we go on 4th down. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And the Chicago Bears have etched their name in NFL history. They are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.